Hey, ready? We'll get started here in just 1 second. Party time. Hey, everybody. Hey, it's Rick Silva. Most of you know me as a professional networker with One Referral Away at YouTube and OneReferralAway.com. But for the last 11 years, I've also been helping my wife with her land banking business. I've been asked a million times, Rick, how does a knucklehead like you become so wealthy? What did you do? Is it luck? How have you created so much wealth? Well, we're going to answer that and a whole lot more right now. And the way we did that is my wife found out about land banking 11 years ago, 13 years ago. I met her 11 years ago, and I took my networking skill and I plugged it in with her knowledge of land, her mentors, her software engineering background, which helps her do the research, and it became an atom bomb of success. So what I'd like to do in this not super long video is show you some before and after pictures and explain to you why there is no question that land banking is by far the most lucrative form of real estate investing, and it's not even close. So I want to go over this information with you, and I'm going to show you a number of before and after slides so you really have a good idea of what land banking is. So, Rick, what's land banking? And why can it create so much wealth for people? That's what we're going to get into right now. So first off, what's land banking? Land banking is the practice of acquiring comprehensively researched, pre-developed land in some of the most exciting and high growth areas of Southern California prior to highest and best use. What's that mean? I'm going to show you pictures of what that means. Now, just to be clear, you can only land bank in Southern California. You can't land bank anywhere else except Southern California. I'm about to show you why. But the primary reason I'm doing this is because people say, why can you get so rich in land? And I'm going to explain in great detail using slides to show you why you can create so much wealth in land. Okay, so we've done way over 750 real estate transactions in the last 11 years, and most of those coming in the last 4 or 5 years. We've hit a trajectory the last 4 or 5 years that I can't even believe. But just to give an idea of the types of people we can help, we work with normal people. We generally don't help the wealthy get wealthier. We like to work with people who have $25,000 up to $2 million in cash or old 401ks. So here's just a very short example of the type of people who are investors. We've got MBAs, PhDs, people went to MIT, tons of attorneys, mortgage lenders, financial planners, real estate agents, software engineers, and then tons and tons of plumbers and general contractors, just regular people with regular money. I consider $25,000 to $2 million is pretty attainable for most people. That's not the ultra rich, but these are the types of people we help. You may have heard the term, well, you've never heard the term house baron, and you've never heard the term building baron, but I guarantee you've heard the term land baron. One of the reasons you can get so wealthy in land over other forms of real estate is because ye who controls the most square footage becomes the wealthiest. But the other key is to be able to buy at pennies on the dollar. So what I want to do before I switch to the slide that's actually about to show you some before and after pictures of major wealth creation is this. This is the key to why, one of the biggest keys to why you can get so wealthy with land. Okay, so if you have a stock, and a stock is $60 a share, I cannot call you on the phone and offer you $1 a share or $5 a share. If it's $60 a share, because that's what the SEC says it's worth, then that's what you're going to pay for it. If you live in a $200,000 home, or where I live in the California Bay Area, the average house price is like $1.5 million. You live in a If you live in $1 million home, I cannot call you on the phone and say, I'll give you $200,000 for it, because there's comps. The same thing with building, there's comps. So don't you understand that $1 million home, one of these ways to get rich is to get it for 200,000 without having to fix it up. It's impossible because there's comps. With land, not only is it possible, it's the way you get rich. One of the ways you get rich. So with the stock market, insider trading, you go to jail. In real estate, insider trading is how you get rich. So, and I'm going to go into this. I'm going to take a little bit of time here. I'm going to a little sip of water here, really go over in detail what you're looking at. I want you to understand this is a visual explanation of how you can get wealthy by doing land banking, not land investing, land banking. Big difference. So if you look at this picture, in fact, I'm going to give you the clean one real quick. If you look at this picture, you'll see the upper left-hand corner. This is a backdated Google image. You see my arrow aiming at it right there. 2002. You'll notice over here it says Rancho Cucamonga 2002. Now, when you do a backdated Google image on an area, you'll see these yellow lines. Now, Google put those yellow lines in to show you where the roads ended up. In this picture, there are no roads. Okay, so in this picture, the land is anywhere from 50 to 150,000 per acre. So I want to go back here and just analyze what we're looking at. We've got yellow lines where the roads ended up, but in this picture, there's no roads. The land is worth anywhere from 50 to 150,000 per acre. You'll notice right here, the on and off ramp is not even built yet. So in this area, if you bought land here, your family would call you stupid. You're a moron. Are you an idiot? You bought land where? And then it does this, and you are a multi-millionaire, and people are saying, boy, you got lucky. Boy, you're sure lucky. It is not luck. So we're going to back up. We're going to look at this picture again. We're going to understand that in 2002, this is what the area looked like. No roads, beautiful land, some of it worth something, some of it not. You got to have the right maps to know. But 10 years later, we go from 50 to 150,000 an acre to 2 million to 7 million per acre. Okay. I said in the beginning, land banking is by far, it's not even close. It's by far the most lucrative form of real estate investing in the world, and it's not even close. I have more before and after pictures to show you, but I want to give you an idea of how wealth is created from the start. Okay, so we have this land, and I want you watching this to imagine, if you can see my mouse spinning right here, imagine you own a little corner piece right here. Let's say it's 5 acres, but let's talk about how you got it. Okay, so actually we're going to talk about a stranger. Some stranger owns land right here. It's 5 acres. Now that stranger inherited the land years ago. Grandma invested in some land, and she bought 5 acres of land. By the way, those who don't know, you could look this up. Bob Hope died worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and it was not for making movies. He didn't make $100 million making movies in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Bob Hope would make a movie, take the money, drive to the edge of town, and buy all the land he could find. So there's an article about the mayor of Los Angeles. He goes, every time we want to grow, we have to call Bob Hope on the phone because he owns all the land. That's how he died worth hundreds of millions. He bought the land when there was nothing there and became one of the richest movie stars ever. Just a side note. So we're going to talk about a stranger. A stranger inherited this 5 acre piece of land. So grandma bought the land. She passes away, and someone inherits a little piece of land right here where my mouse is spinning. Right here. 5 acres. Right. Now, grandma paid 10 grand for it, and then you inherit it, and you get a phone call that says, hey, sorry about the passing of a loved one. We understand that you inherited some land. We'd like to talk to you about buying it. So you know, because, well, that person knows that grandma paid 20 grand for it, and they offer you, this company calling you about your land offers you $150,000 for it. And you're just a tough negotiator, and you get them up to 200,000, and you're like, grandma paid 20,000. I'm getting $200,000 for it. Yay! So then, in this example, our company would have acquired that piece of land, and then found people like you or other people who are interested in diversifying besides houses, stocks, and buildings. Again, the most lucrative one that most people are missing is land. You're interested in buying some land, and then this happens. So here's the thing. Grandma bought the land. Somebody inherited it. The land was acquired for $100,000. This person who sold the land for $100,000 or $200,000 to a company like ours, it's not anyone's fault that that person didn't know that this was going to happen in 10 years. So this land that somebody sold for $250,000 had they held it for 10 more years. As I was telling you, 2 million to 7 million per acre. That person had 5 acres. That's 10 to 30 million dollars. Grandma bought it for 20,000. Someone inherited it. They sold it for 200,000. Then somebody buys it for 200,000 and takes it for a 5, 10, $15 million ride. House is $1 million house. You can't get it for 200,000. Can you get multi-millions of dollars worth of land for pennies on the dollar? Yes, because there's no way that guy who owned the land could have known that this was coming in 10 years. Land banking is the practice of buying affordable, pre-developed land in the path of growth. You got to know where the growth is going. So one of the ways you can create tremendous wealth with land is buying it way under market value. You can't do that with a house. You can't do that with buildings. Also, land appreciates much more than houses. It's not even close. So much more than houses or buildings. So again, we've got the yellow lines. Google showed you. Now, this is 2020 hindsight. Those lines weren't there in 2002. I'm just showing you Google ended up putting the lines in. The roads get put in. The development comes in. We buy the land when it looks like this. When your family tells you you're stupid, and 10 years later, they're asking you for a loan. You want to know how Marcella and I created so much wealth and how we've helped many, many other people become very wealthy. This is land banking. I want to show you some more slides real quick. So again, insider trading in the stock market is illegal. Insider trading in real estate is how you become wealthy. And guys, I'm not that smart. I just work hard. And I have mentors that teach me this stuff. You don't have to be lucky. It's not luck. It's not smart. You don't even have to be rich. Land banking, 25 grand to $2 million. We can help you get land. I want to show you some other before and after pictures. Those of you that I went to high school with, that remember me in high school, and I'm a completely different guy now. When you just got to find the right mentors, and you can create wealth that's you can't even believe. This is Dublin, California. So down here is Castro Valley. Out there is Livermore. Those of you who have heard of Dublin, California, Dublin, California is one of the fastest growing cities ever in Northern California. Why? Because they put in the BART station. Now, knowing the BART station's coming is one thing. Getting the land before everybody gobbles it up is another thing. So if you look at this theater right here, I'll show it to you in the picture. But this is 1987. I graduated high school in 1986. It wasn't that long ago. And if you owned any of the land in this picture, you used to be so rich right now, you wouldn't be watching this webinar. You'd own half of Tahiti. So that's that little theater right there. This is the on and off ramp. See the on and off ramp. That's the theater. So if you look out here, when I was growing up, we'd go out to Pleasanton and Dublin and go, why are we going out to the sticks? There's nothing out there. And if you look now, it's insane. PeopleSoft, Bishop Ranch, the Outlet Mall out there, it's crazy, the development. You look here, there's not that much. You look here, and every inch is taken. And I mean every crook, every nook and cranny is taken. Land banking is buying the land when it looks like this, selling to developers so they can develop on it. They can take the risk and they can spend the money. The wealth is in owning the land and selling it to developers, again, so they can take the risk. Here's another. This is powerful for those in the South Bay in San Jose area. I want you to follow the red square. So this is 237. If you go down here, San Jose, Santa Clara, Sunnyvale, if you go this way, if you've ever been to Great America or if you've been to the 49er Stadium, it's right down this road. We're going to follow the red square, and we're going to look at what happens. This is 1993. I want you to think about your life. 1993 wasn't that long ago. For tremendous, incredible wealth to be created. In this picture, my wife Marcella knew some people who bought some land for $10,000 an acre. and a super target got built on it. I think they sold it for 1.1, 1.4 million per acre. You do the multiples, you figure out the math. I just told you 10,000 an acre to 1.4 million an acre in like 12 years. Okay, so we're going to follow red square. 1993, we're going to jump ahead a little bit. 2000, and there's the square. So let's look at it again. 1993. The land in this picture, 10,000 to 50,000 per acre. We're going to jump ahead just a little bit. Look at the square. Guess what happened? Cisco Systems came in. You can see Cisco Way. Now, some of you don't know I worked for Cisco in 2000, 2001 as a recruiter. I believe I was in this building, and this building right here, this one is where John Chambers is on Cisco Way. So you got land, available land. Cisco Systems come in, and there's a heck of a lot less land. In this picture, we're talking $500,000 to $2 million an acre at least, from 10,000 to maybe 100,000 per acre. I don't even think you could touch land in this picture for $500,000, upwards of $2 million per acre. Let's follow that red square a little bit more. Holy smokes, no land available. The land that is available is parks or water reclamation. Now, here's the thing. Somebody might have bought this land, but it'll never be developed. That's the biggest risk with land, is you better buy land that's developable. If you don't have the maps and the info, you could lose everything you got. So land banking has all that information. That's the big difference between land banking and land investing. Land investing is speculation. Land banking is not. So we'll back up and have some fun. 50 to 150,000 an acre, $500,000 to 2 million per acre, 3 to 7 million per acre, but you couldn't sniff an acre in this picture. That's land banking, everyone. It's finding affordable land, getting it for pennies on the dollar, sitting on it until developers want to build on it, sell it to the developers, let them spend the money and take the risk. We make money. We do not spend money. We make money. We do not spend money. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me anytime, rick@dirtisgold.com. The website's www.dirtisgold.com. Some of you have never seen a presentation on land banking done by me because I'm the networking guy, but that networking skill plugged in with my wife, Marcella, has brought us well over 750 investors. We've been able to create tremendous wealth. We just bought our 10th parcel. And again, if you'd like to know anything, I'm going to go like this so you can really see me. Anything you'd like to know about land banking, it's rick@dirtisgold, www.dirtisgold.com. Thanks very much for watching. Hit me up anytime. Have a great day. Bye-bye.